Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is Osama Sayyid. This audio recording today is basically, I would probably title it, "You don't need to be a scholar to see that Mirza Ghulam was false, was not a prophet." I'm not a scholar. I have to make that very clear. I'm not a scholar. But alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I want to always strengthen my iman billah. I feel that, I know one thing for sure is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes first in my life. Although I make mistakes, everybody makes mistakes, but Allah always comes first. And I can tell you for sure that I would never accept falsehood or declare falsehood to be truth, because for any worldly reason or for anything materialistic or anything like that. It's impossible. I'd rather die. I would rather die than do that. And, this advice really, this little audio recording, it could help, some Ahmadis who are stuck in Ahmadiyya, who already feel that it's wrong. Maybe they've read a few things, or they just feel this version of Islam that they've been forced to accept is not the version that they don't want that. They want to be like the normal Muslims, for example. Or if you're, if you've begun to read things and stuff, you're going to have a lot of challenges ahead of you. If you do decide to actually either approach missionaries, Ahmadiyya missionaries, because Ahmadiyya missionaries, they're like sheikhs for normal Muslims. Muslims don't have missionaries and all that stuff. We don't have that kind of thing. We just got sheikhs, you got scholars, this kind of thing. So even if you want to approach them, you are going to face a few hurdles. But if Allah gives you, inshallah, the ability to be able to respond and to ask intelligent questions and to respond to their responses, because they're gonna give you responses which are not answers. I tell you right now, they're not answers. An answer is 1 + 1 = 2. They're gonna give you a response. You're gonna say, what's 1 + 1? They're gonna say 16. You're gonna say that's not an answer, that's a response, because it doesn't answer it. So you're gonna ask things about what Mirza's written, and they'll go around in circles. They might even start they might not actually answer what you're saying. They might start attacking your character. They might start saying, have you been speaking to sheikhs or mullahs or whatever, who's been influencing you? They might start saying, obviously character assassination, something like, oh, you're not even religious, how can you ask this question? Or go pray 5 times a day, or something like that, you don't give enough money to, their chanda thing, because normal Muslims don't have this, by the way. But only Ahmadis have this thing called chanda. We have sadaqah, we have zakat, but they've got something called chanda, which is compulsory money payment. I think it's 6.25%, I believe, or is it 1/16? I think it is. I think it's the same thing. But you will have to face hurdles, and I strongly advise you to print out the things from Mirza Ghulam's books, the relevant, the pertinent pages, and obviously highlight the pertinent passages as well. Now we have them on our website. We have quite a few at the moment, and we're constantly uploading, alhamdulillah. Obviously we're all busy, we all have work and things like that to do, so we're not just sitting here 24 hours a day doing it. But you can print them off, from our website as well. And you can, if you don't know Urdu, obviously I strongly advise you get someone trustworthy who can read Urdu for you, who's not going to lie to you and try to, water it down and tell you the exact. Just tell them, I want someone to read exactly what is written here. If you have to pay an external translator, do it. I had to do something like that before I left it, because I don't speak Urdu, so I didn't know what was written there, and I got a few pages that I needed to get verified, and I got them verified. And I tell you, brothers and sisters, all of you listeners out there, the minute I checked and I verified that this is exactly what is written there, I denounced Ahmadiyya on the spot. I didn't wait another day or a week or even 1 minute. I denounced Ahmadiyya on the spot, because I knew if Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, this man, if his character is like this, then everything that follows is void. Everything, all his teachings, all his little points about Jesus being dead, which he is not even the first person who said that. Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan said that in the early 19th century in India, by the way, before Mirza Ghulam ever said it. All these little points, they're void. You can't build a house without a solid foundation. Mirza Ghulam's character is the foundation, and it's shaky, it's crumbling, it's not even a foundation, it's non-existent. So you'll find yourself in a situation, with these missionaries, for example, or any of their, their so-called scholars. You're going to face a few hurdles. It's going to be a bit difficult for you. It's going to be hard on you, especially about your family. I mean, I don't know how deep your families are in it. Obviously, as you know, I was in it for 3.5 years, so obviously I wasn't born into it, therefore my family isn't Ahmadi. I did face a hell of a lot of struggle with my family though, because I actually thought it was true. And unfortunately, that was a big struggle for me, but you're going to have a big struggle because your whole family is still Ahmadi, you see. And it's fine if Ahmadi is true, but Ahmadi is false. It's not true. So it's going to be a little bit difficult, or quite difficult for you. But have faith in Allah. If you have strong faith in Allah, even if some people, they're not extremely religious, but they have a strong bond with God kind of thing, And those people, it could just happen overnight. Suddenly they just become religious because they've always had goodness in them. And, as I was saying, it's not essential for you to be so knowledgeable in Islam. It's not essential for you to know all these hadith and know all these surahs off by heart and know Arabic and know deep Arabic, Quranic level Arabic, understanding all the words properly and this kind of thing. That's not essential. Because the things that you will see, they are common sense things. Like, Mirza Ghulam, the number of things, the number of times he keeps on, kissing up to the British colonialists. I mean, what kind of man of God, not even a prophet, what kind of man of God would do that? Telling them he'll sacrifice his wealth and his life and his wealth for them. And as I said, maybe in another recording, that he mentioned, I found in 11 places where he's mentioned sort of kind of bragging or maybe reminding the British, I think the person in charge of the area where he was in the Punjab, I think one of these people, reminding that his father gave 50 horses of 50 riders in 1857 during the so-called mutiny, where the Indians wanted to get rid of the British occupiers. They wanted their country back. And Mirza Ghulam's father gave 50 riders and 50 horses in favour of the British to fight against the Indians, their own people. Anyway, this is just another thing. You'll find so many failed prophecies, by the way. And the Ahmadi missionaries are going to try to say to you, no, this person reversed the prophecy, that's why it didn't work, and all this kind of thing. For example, Abdullah Atom prophecy, they'll try their best on that one. Mirza Ghulam lost it. The whole Muhammadi Begum thing, they do their best to try and turn around and tell you all sorts of other nonsense. The prophecy was that he would marry her, and he even said himself widow or a virgin. He never married her, ever. Until he died, he still never married her. So that's just one thing again. All these signs about the moon eclipse and all this kind of thing, I didn't even do a seriously deep study into that, and I've already found four times in the 19th century where the sun and moon eclipse happened on those supposed days of Ramadan that Mirza Ghulam is claiming that are signs of his truthfulness. The signs that he claims are miracles, that happened. From my research, I didn't even spend many hours. I found 4 times just in the 19th century. So how is that a miracle if it's happened already 4 times? So for instance, this is all stuff that will show you that it's not, all signs that the Ahmadiyya organization says these are heavenly signs and this is Allah proving His truth and all this. That is all falsehood. It's all falsehood. And in due course, if it's not up already, in due course it will be up on our website, islamafterahmadiyya.com. All these things. I mean, for example, as well, the plague that Mirza Ghulam supposedly prophesied was already in Bombay. He was already in Bombay 2 years before he allegedly prophesied it. All this stuff, we're going to, inshallah, upload. But all I can say is, be strong, inshallah. I'm going to add more audio recordings. My recording device only records 10 minutes. I don't understand why, but, this is how it is. Inshallah, I'll be uploading more. And thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.